Swan!
Who's here for the first time? Where the fuck you been?
Ohio?
Sorry.
So, do you want to do sketch tonight, or should we do the other thing?
Well, we force ourselves, we put this on ourselves to do this. So.
Okay, let's do it.
We, a couple of weeks ago, we did Philly Sketch Fest, and it was great. There were performers from all over the country.
Yeah, all over the world. There are people from Canada.
No one from Ohio.
No one from Ohio.
But yeah, there were people from Canada and people from all over the place, and they were like so well read.
Smart, sharp. It was. I felt like I couldn't even keep up in the conversation. It was
Yeah,
kind of
we were
embarrassing.
like hanging out talking. It was like, wow, you're so intelligent, and we feel so dumb. And they were talking a lot about books that they've read, and we're just not readers.
Yeah. Till now.
Yeah. Anyone else not readers? Yeah. So we said, what? So we said we would our next show we would start it off with book reports. We'd assign books for each other.
Yeah, you know, and then just sit here and discuss them and try to make it a little more highbrow, because if you haven't been here before, just down to the dumps. And stupid.
And also kind of show off the way that those Canadians were during Sketchfest. So I assigned to Steve, if you've ever heard of it, A Prayer for Owen Meany, which is a John Irving.
I assigned to Joe War and Peace.
And a lot of words.
Too big.
The words are really small. Too.
Yeah. So we tried again.
Yeah.
Try to not give up on our goal.
Baby steps.
Right. So
I gave Steve a Sports Illustrated magazine.
and I assigned to Joe a People magazine.
I lost mine. I had it. I kept it in the bag the whole time, and I couldn't. I was carrying it with me everywhere I went. So we tried again.
Not give up.
Yeah. That we totally read. I gave Steve a copy of whatever, two beep,
and I gave Joe a dinosaur book.
Yeah. So you want to start it off? Tell us a bit about the book you read.
Yeah. Where to begin? Classic hero's journey. It's the lead off in a series you can see, including Tap Tap, Bang Bang, and Tip Tip, Dig Dig.
How about the inside of the pages?
What a dynamic way to start off this series. Okay, so I don't want to spoil it for anybody, so I want to take a moment before I just blurt something out to think a little bit.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us all about Touch a Lot of Dinosaurs?
So I can't, it's actually Never Touch a Dinosaur. It's the name of the book. This is a book that I think really speaks to the human condition, where we are today.
What kind of dinosaurs were...
All sorts of I mean, like that's the thing. Is like who's a dinosaur and who's us? You know what I mean? It's about what brought us here and connects us all.
You didn't read the book, did you?
I didn't read the
read
book.
it.
It's I'm not a reader, and I would love to be one, but maybe we're just writers.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't even read when I write. I just type it.
Well, with that in mind, if you don't mind not hearing about books, is it cool if we do some sketches that we wrote for? That's better than books anywhere. Right? Fuck books.
Yeah.
But, if you wouldn't mind, would you read this during the show?
Just let me know.
It's okay if you're not looking at the stage as long as you're reading. So everyone else around, don't look, and you can look at the show, but you can read the book and tell us about it afterwards. Cool. All right, let's do a sketch now. Wow. Broadcasting live from the International Men's Soccer Final Rounds in Belize. The main story of the day, of course, tragedy last night as the plane carrying the entire New Zealand national team crashed just miles from the airport here in Belize. All members of the New Zealand national team perished in the crash, with the exception of backup midfielder Jordy Boscott. Today, emboldened by the spirits of his recently departed teammates and his countrymen back home, Mr. Boscott suited up and played the entire 90 minutes against the Brazilian national team alone. The results, a definitive 83-1 victory for the Brazilian national team. Joining me now, Jordy Boscott. Jordy, come on out. Seems like a really emotional game out there today. How are you, Jordy?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Good to be here. Yeah, very emotional when you represent your country. Usually, credit where credit's due. They're a great team, but also I was alone out there, so everyone I love died in a plane crash.
It seemed like a pretty physical match too.
Yeah, I did a lot more running than usual, sure, yeah. On account of me being the only one out there, on account of the fiery plane crash.
Yeah. Also, a lot more sobbing in today's match than
Yeah, don't usually break down that much.
Well, hey, 83-1 means it wasn't all bad news on the day. What was it like? What was it like getting that one goal?
It felt pretty good, I guess. I earned it, except maybe if they gave it to me like a pity goal, maybe it kind of felt bad. But one goal's not really any consolation to the fiery hellscape that enveloped all those I love as well.
Yeah, after that goal, you dropped to your knees in what seemed like an emotional pour.
Exhaustion, just exhaustion. I had to play all the positions, goalie, striker, midfielder, everything.
Yeah, like Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, right, yeah. Except, I don't think all the other cartoon animals died in the plane crash.
I can't think of a reason that all the cartoon animals would be on the same flight. So what's next for the national team?
Probably planning a lot of funerals.
Yeah, I bet you'll be running back and forth between funerals like you were on the pitch today, huh?
And then I guess eventually some tryouts, but probably first I'll need a lot of therapy.
Well, I'm sure you're excited to get back home and get started on the rebuild.
Yeah, definitely going to take a vote back.
Dearest Father, hello from France. We arrived today at the front lines, face to face with the Germans. It was a long march through the countryside, and the war has taken a terrible toll on the simple villagers who lived here. This afternoon we passed the remains of a farmhouse, torched and crumbled to the ground. I fed the last of my bread to a chicken wandering aimlessly nearby, but as I did so, my eye caught the terrible gray flesh of an arm in the rubble. I thought I'd be capable of dealing with death, but at my first encounter I was unable to bear it more than a glance. Love to you and Mother, Stanley.
What kind of chicken?
For some weeks now, we've been in these trenches, cowering as the shells rain upon us, flinching at the sound of the machine guns in the night, dreading, oh so dreading, the calls to go over the top toward death. Fewer and fewer of us come back each time. but new soldiers arrived to fill in the lines. I now understand the haunted looks in the eyes of the men I replaced upon my arrival. I fear any moment could be my last. Tell Mother it's okay. I've made my peace with God. Stanley.
Stanley, your last letter contained haunting exposition, but lacked noticeably in chicken detail. Do French chickens sound different? I bet they do. Did it have one of those... one of those things on top of its head? The red ones that stick up? What are those called? I know what those are called. Well, if so, how big was it? Have fun at the war. Forgot to tell you, your mother died. Bathtub accident. I told her to stay out of that thing.
Father, I haven't much time. I hope this letter reaches you before we are overrun. Our reinforcements haven't shown and the Germans grow bolder in their...
It's called a comb.
The Germans...
On their heads.
The Germans...
The chicken heads. The German heads.
Can I finish?
Fine. Whatever, Mr. War Guy.
The Germans grow bolder in their...
It's a great comb. Wow, a sandwich stand in the parking lot of this Lowe's. This is my lucky day.
That's right, fellas. Step on up to Derek's Scamwiches.
Sandwiches.
Scamwiches.
Sandwiches.
Scamwiches.
Sandwiches.
Scamwiches.
Sandwiches.
Scamwiches.
Sandwiches.
Scamwiches.
All right, fine, whatever. I'm hungry.
What'll it
Do you
be?
have a menu?
Kind of.
Hand-drawn pictures of sandwiches.
You bet. Don't they look like delicious scamwiches? Scamwiches.
All right, well, I'll have that one.
That scamwich?
That sandwich right there.
That scamwich.
Sandwich.
That
It's a
scamwich right there? That scamwich.
Sandwich.
Yeah, scamwich.
Sandwich. These are all
Scamwich.
sandwiches.
You want
Say the
this
word
scamwich?
sandwich.
This
Sandwich.
scamwich?
I know the word
That
sandwich.
scamwich.
This
You
one.
want this scamwich?
Sandwich.
That's scamwich. That's scamwich.
Sandwich. Say sandwich.
Scamwich.
Fine, whatever. I'm hungry. Yeah.
All right. Did you like cheese on that, sir?
American cheese.
Oh, $10, please. The sandwich is $67.
What?
It's gonna be $77, please.
How about Munster?
Oh, that'll be another $15.
What about Swiss?
$25 more dollars.
Swiss is the one with the holes in it, right?
Yes.
All right. Forgot what my favorite cheese was.
All right, fella. Would you like pickles on that sandwich?
No. Hold the pickles.
Hold the pickles. $35 more dollars.
I hate pickles.
Well, this all looks to be in order here.
Can't wait. Thank you.
No, thank you, sir.
Say, why do you call them scamwiches?
What's in the name, huh? A rose by any other name would smell just as sweet, right?
I guess so. Well, thanks, Derek.
The name's Chester.
Hard sauce right here.
Did you see White Claw hard seltzer? They're hard seltzers. They're like a can or a bottle. It's in a can. It's black cherry flavor. They're really good. Did anybody see it? White Claw hard seltzer. I feel like no one's helping me. Could you leave it to a flashlight? I had my bag over here earlier.
Okay.
I found it. Black cherry, really good. Do you trust me? Okay. Like 100 calories. Oh, no shit. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The kitchen's really backed up. We have a catering event later today. I am so sorry. Please enjoy your sandwich.
Yeah, thanks. I'm really I'm so sorry. Hey, this isn't Swiss. It's Brie.
You got scammed!
All right, listen up, recruits. I know we learned a lot today. There's a lot going on. But as new utility pole workers, this stuff is crucial. I know you hot shots are really gonna get up them poles.
But in this high stakes game, you gotta play by the rules.
That's right. So let's recap everything we've learned today, all right?
Rule number 1, always double check.
Always double check. This means your toolkit. This means your safety harness. This is, hey, make sure that there's a spare tire in the truck.
All right, rule number 2, if there's debris on the line, you clear it with the squirrel stick.
I'm telling you, it's your new best friend, this squirrel stick.
Don't forget rule number 3. Do not find deep insight from the perspective you gain at top.
You're going to be up there, viewing the world as birds view it. Such things can rattle a person's core.
Do not look around at how small and distant everything seems and begin to question your assumptions about life.
All right, so let's go do a couple different scenarios to make sure that we're retaining all this, all right? First scenario. You're up on the pole and you realize the connections come loose. Now you forget if your partner on the ground is giving you the disengage signal. So do you A, double check with your partner on the ground to make sure that the line's disengaged?
Or B, consider we're all just riding this fragile, unending space, only ever experiencing the present moment.
The correct answer is A, always double check. Always double check.
Do not get drawn into observing your conscious mind, observing reality, and questioning who is observing the observer.
All right, scenario number 2. You're up on the pole and all of a sudden, what do you see? A bird's nest. All right? Now, do you A, attempt to work around it?
B, lock eyes with the fragile creature inside and feel a profound sense of oneness.
Or C, squirrel stick?
C, squirrel stick, correct
That's right, that's right.
answer.
Squirrel stick. I know it's called a squirrel stick. Names can be deceiving, all right? You can use it for birds too.
Let's move on.
All right, our next
scenario. You arrive at a job site. After safely securing your vehicle, you exit and see a single balloon in the sky, drifting along in the invisible current of the wind. The childhood springs to mind. You begin to ponder the joy of simple things.
All right, do you A, double check your equipment to make sure you got everything you need for the job? Do you B, contact medical for an eval?
C, cherish your fleeting time in this world.
Correct answer. C! Cherish time.
You are free to keep any perspective gained whilst on the ground.
Now, a third scenario. You awaken in a bamboo forest.
Home base, come in, home base, come in. I'm atop the pole at 20th and Walnut, and my harness broke, and I'm hanging by my fingertips and thinking about how the only constant is impermanence. Oh, God. I think I'm going to start a blog!
So, what are you doing here?
I screwed up real bad, man. I need your help. You gotta help me out.
Okay, what?
This is bad, man. This is really bad. You gotta help me out, dude. I'm in a lot of trouble.
I'm gonna help you out, but you have to tell me.
What happens when you put a Q-tip too far in your ear?
What?
Do you know what happens when you put a Q-tip too far in your ear? Do you have a gun? You have a gun!
You put the Q-tip too far in your ear, Joe. I told you what would happen. You should have read the book.
Oh, hey, I heard you're working on the Johnson account, huh?
Yep.
Man, I'm so happy I did not get that one. That is a lot of work.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work, that's right.
Lots of overtime. OT. Overtime.
Yep, yeah.
City.
Yeah, that's right.
Otiopolis.
Yes.
Extra Inningsville. Would be like a nearby suburb. Well, I guess you're going to need these updated cost sheets. I'll just walk them over to you.
No, wait, I'll go get it. I said I'd get it.
Oh, it's no problem. Here you go.
Dude, you gotta get that looked at by a doctor, man.
Come on. You can't just run off to a doctor every single time I have a problem.
That's not gonna heal on its own.
Yeah, but I'll think twice before I stand on the top of a ladder again. Well, got a lot of work to do. I'm just gonna walk on back.
No, actually, did you see the memo? It's the Office Olympics are today.
Today?
Yeah, and we gotta do the three-legged races, like right now. We gotta go, yeah, we gotta do this. So,
No way,
so
okay.
we'll go over together,
Okay.
right, for the Office Olympics.
Yeah.
Just put pressure on my level. Don't put any pressure on yours. That's great. Look at that, we're doing great. Oh, all right, we made it. Hooray. First place. All right, we got a gold medal and everything.
Medal?
Yeah, good job, dude.
Well, you know what you do for a gold medal? You stand for the national anthem.
Oh, I could like smell it. How does that even happen?
Office horseplay has cost me my other leg.
Gross.
Oh, I have to learn my lesson.
I'm gonna call an ambulance.
No, I have to learn my lesson.
I'm gonna work from home tomorrow.